Hi everyone, welcome to week 4 of the course. For week 4, or before we go over week 4, I want to show you some important things on the announcements. If you click right here on Instructor Guidance Weekly Videos, this is where I upload the videos each week. I get a lot of people's questions or emails about asking for the instructor link, and it's always in the course for you. And I want you to make sure you always listen to these because they're very helpful. So let's click on the week 4 tab. For week 4, we're going to be looking at the role of macroeconomics. We're going to get the heart of macroeconomics right now. Macroeconomics deals with unemployment, inflation, GDP, the business cycles, and recession. And you'll notice that GDP is very important for our economy because it focuses on how our economy is doing. When you look at our economy, we want a positive GDP growth rate because that means jobs are being created and there's a lot more opportunities for individuals. So that's one of our focuses that we're looking at. So for this week, you're going to have the discussion and your midterm assignments. So let's click on assignments here. So for the assignments this week, you're going to read chapter 24 and 26. You're going to do the 2 discussion boards, and you're going to complete the midterm exam. You have the lecture right here. This lecture provides a wealth of knowledge that you should review. You have the iConnect live lectures as well, and you have the discussion right here. So let's click on the discussion first. So for this week, we're looking at the role of GDP, and I put some instructions here to help you. And when you look at GDP, you notice that we're focused on a couple different things. We're looking at how GDP is reported and the implications of GDP. I want you to examine the current GDP of our economy, some of the trends that you've seen with GDP, and what things interest you in terms of those trends. What things stick out with you? Focus on how those trends in GDP has influenced people's jobs, inflation, that kind of thing. And then what stage of the business cycle are we in right now? That's an important thing to evaluate as well. So, sorry about that. The other thing you want to look at is GDP the most accurate measure of our economy? Now that's a very tough question, but GDP is the only real measurement that we have right now for our economy. It might not be the most accurate, but we don't really have any other indicators of our economy. And then the last thing you want to do is identify 3 limitations of GDP. So make sure in this question that you're really focused on answering each question. That's the key. Answer each question and make sure to divide those questions up in your analysis. The next discussion we're looking at is dealing with unemployment and inflation. So again, you're going to go and get the most up-to-date information on the unemployment rate. Make sure in the discussions that you have an APA formatted in-text citation and reference. That's very important to make sure to focus on. And then you want to focus on what does the unemployment rate and employment rate tell you about our economy? What does it establish? When you look at it, you want to compare it to previous years as well and previous months. Do you see any trends occurring with the unemployment rate? How's it going to affect your local economy? So those are some of the questions that you want to focus on. Then you're going to have the midterm exam. Let's go over what the midterm exam is going to consist of. You have 50 multiple choice questions and 2 essay questions. When you look at the midterm exam, it's going to be 2 pages. So make sure to click next to go to the next screen for the midterm exam. The midterm is going to cover weeks 1 through 3, and it's going to focus on the following chapters: 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 10, 11. Make sure to always save your answers frequently. That's very important. Now, let's go over here to doc sharing. If we click on doc sharing, you see that we have the midterm exam study guide. The midterm exam study guide is very important to evaluate. It'll show you a lot of what we're dealing with on the midterm exam. It's going to have a lot of concepts on there. I highly recommend you looking over it. And what you'll do, here's the study guide. It'll show you some suggestions about how the setup is. It'll also go over the concepts. And here are some of the concepts that you're going to see. Every concept that you're going to see on the midterm exam is on this sheet somehow. If you need any help on the midterm exam in terms of content-related questions, analysis, please let me know, because I'd be more than willing to assist. But remember, you're looking at the multiple choice questions are going to be covering those basic terminal course objectives, and then the short answer questions really focus on your depth and your analysis, as it'll really help you do well. If you have any questions, let me know. Make sure to take the midterm exam by Sunday night as well, because no late midterms are accepted as well. I look forward to your effort.